Well, if you think about it, you have 5 guys that have to work as one. When everybody else is on the field, it's a team sport, but a corner can have a one-on-one matchup. For these 5 guys, everybody has to be on the same page to do their blocking assignments, to protect the football. And so having that bond is really important. Be close with the person playing next to you is also pretty important, I think, also.
The offensive line play, you really have to rely on the guy next to you, because when let's say a blitz comes or any kind of stunt or anything, you have to trust the fact that the guy next to you is going to be there, and you can let that guy go. And I think it just really carries over, just because we're together all the time, watching film, working out, and so we just kind of carries over, off the field.
Ian actually blew me away. He was well-spoken and articulate and had a lot of great things to say when I talked to him by phone from Dallas. And I asked him what he wanted to major in when he came to UVA. And I was kind of secretly hoping he was going to say something to do with broadcasting, because he had such a talent for articulating his thoughts. And he told me he wanted to major in broadcast journalism. And I told him, since UVA doesn't have a program for that, contact me when you get up here.
Adam and I developed a relationship, a friendship, a while back when I first got here. I was working on the radio with him at WINA, doing local high school sports, things like that. And then we kind of realized that, hey, we're actually pretty good friends. So there was one day that I was like, my friend Gordie, he listens to talk radio nonstop all the time. If you go into his car, there's no music playing. It's always talk radio, whether it be Jim Rome or Opie and Anthony or Michael Savage. That's all Gordie listens to. So I was like, well, maybe he would be interested. So I kind of got Gordie involved.
We filled in on the best seat in the house.
Best seat in the house.
And so one of the shows we did was a mock draft, the first 10 picks, and this was in November, and the draft doesn't happen until April.
Yeah.
So, but we had a great time doing it.
Yeah. So once we had a great time with that. So then we're like, well, let's have our own sports talk show.
I invited the two of them in the studio at WINA late at night one night after everyone else was gone from the building. And we just taped ourselves having a conversation. And it was like a 2-hour show, and we never intended for that to ever go on the air, but just to play around and see how it went. And we had so much fun doing it for the next few weeks. Every time we'd all have a free couple hours, we'd meet up in the studio and we'd just record a sample show. And a friend of mine runs the local public access television station here, and he heard that we were doing this and thought, how cool would that be to get 2 UVA football players on their station?
Fire up the grill.
We launched on March 8th on TV and radio. It's called the Midnight Barbecue.
This is the Midnight Barbecue.
Ian and Gordie have so many interests outside of football and outside of sports that the show isn't about sports at all. It's kind of, a late night variety show, essentially. We'll do absolutely anything. We just try and make each other laugh. And that's something they're both very, very good at.
I'm calling from a CBS affiliate, WBEV, the Beeve. Hello?
Who is this?
Hello?
Yeah, who is this?
Stefan Tariq, man.
Who is it?
Stefan Tariq.
Hi. Call me back later, bye.
Hello, ma'am.
I can't do it, Gordie. Gordie, come on, man.
I like a lot of the things that aren't like what we don't plan. We usually we try to go in and plan the show, what we're gonna talk about, but it really doesn't work sometimes,
Now, we've been on the air for 6 months. The show it just got picked up by stations in 6 states. We're going to be on the air starting October 1st as far west as Columbia, Missouri, and up in Boston and down in Florida, and a few stations here in Virginia and in North Carolina. The radio show's grown too. And of course, Ian and Gordie aren't involved with this, as soon as football practices have started up. But when the football season's over this year, I'm sure they'll dive back in.
I guess I'll just see how it comes, and I'd love to keep doing it, but it's one of those things that I don't have to, I guess. There's a lot of other things I'd like to do, as well as radio, and it's something that I really enjoy, and if the opportunity presents itself, I'll definitely take it.
I want to work in the front office of a football team in 5 or 10 years from now, whenever I'm done playing. But I think later on down the road, maybe when I'm done with that, then I can come back to this, because it is a passion, it is something I enjoy, and by that time I think I'll have more experience and a better appreciation for what these guys do.
about my soul.